Hi everybody, come for coffee. Sit and chat with me. I'm going to chat with you for a couple minutes. Um, First of all, I want to thank all my new subscribers. I so appreciate it. Pass me around. That's how I grow. And like I said in the other videos, if you don't pass me around and people don't see me, it's like talking in the closet by myself because I already know all this stuff. But I appreciate you all. Some I can see, some I can't see, because I guess it has to do with whether you're public or not, whether it shows on my channel who subscribes. But I see most of you, so I appreciate you and thank you so much. And I appreciate all your comments because that's what helps me grow. And anytime you want to see something that I don't show you or that you're interested in what I have to say about something, just give me the comments below and I will certainly do that for you. I've had a lot of experience with a lot of stuff. I don't know everything, but if I don't know, I can find out for you. So anyway, today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I got my name, Take Control Central. And it started when, I wrote my books, and it was through Take Control Publications. And I actually started writing because they really started out becoming journals. I was doing journals for myself about dieting because I was like such a dieter. I was like a yo-yo, up 10, down 5, up 15, down 10. It was like yo-yo dieting. And I was successful at some, but long term it wasn't. And so I just started doing journals about how I was eating, what I was eating, how I felt after I was eating. Did I feel nauseous? Did I feel bloated? Did I feel fat? Did I feel whatever? I started keeping track of my feelings and my emotions and what made me crabby and what didn't make me crabby. And I remember one time, really quick, I was Weight Watchers, and I did pretty good on Weight Watchers. I was good. Back then, I had patience to count points and stuff. I don't so much want to do that anymore, but I remember I was like 5 pounds away from my goal, and they said to me, "Oh, Barbara, you got your ribbon, what are you going to do when you hit your goal weight?" And I was standing up there and I said, "I'm going to go buy a dozen of Dunkin' Donuts." And everybody was like, "Oh," and I was like, "No, I really am." So I got to my goal weight, and guess who bought the donuts? This chickie. So I went out and bought a dozen donuts, and I ate them for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. I ate the whole dozen by myself, and so I felt like great. I hit my goal weight. I deserved this. I deserved this for myself. So I was like, the next day I woke up and I was like, I was crabbing. I was so crabby. And everybody was like, "Don't pass me." Even my dog went in his cage backwards. He was like, "Stay away from this chickie do." I was like so crabby. I crashed really for 3 days. And everybody said, "Oh, you just feel so guilty because you did it." Yeah, I did feel guilty because it was stupid, but it just played havoc with me. I went into a sugar crash, and it took me like a good 3 days to get rid of that. So I didn't do that again. And the point was, I wasn't in control. And that's the thing, you've got to be in control of yourself. You've got to know what makes you good and what makes you feel good, what makes you not feel good. And the only one that knows that is you. And of course, you can buy diet books, up the yin yang. I've got a stack of them. I told you that before. And you're just like, this is you, this is your diet book, and this is your fat or your weight. And so the diet book is just a liaison between you and your weight, or you and your beauty, or you and your home. If it's not a diet book, it's a self-help book of some sort, but it's kind of like a liaison between you and what's wrong with you and what you're trying to fix. And so the real thing of it all is all those books are great. You can read self-help books and diet books and whatever you want to buy and whatever you want to try to help you with. But the real thing is taking control of your life and gaining control of your thoughts and gaining control of what you do, whether it's diet, whether it's beauty, whether it's, I point to myself like beauty, but whether it's wigs, whether it's your kids, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your job. No matter what it is in life, you have to take control of it. If you don't take control of it, other people are going to control you, and you're headed for a downward spiral. I mean, we've all, been through things in our life. We've all had different challenges. The story of God only gives you what he feels you can handle. I think you give yourself what you can handle, and how you should handle it is totally up to you. And yeah, you're dished things out in life. I mean, I was a single mom. I had a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I was a single mom. And honestly, I don't really have a degree like they have today. And in our day, my family didn't have the money, and they didn't push for college. I mean, when we were small, we just wanted to grow up and be housewives and mothers, like our mothers. We didn't say, oh, I want to be, a dentist. I want to be a doctor. I remember one time I had my daughter in a beauty pageant, and there was like 115 girls in this pageant. They were like 11. It was like a preteen beauty pageant. And every one of them said their name, and I told my son who was sitting next to me, I said, I'm going to give $100 to the first girl that stands there and says, hi, my name is Gretchen Mikowski. I just want to be a housewife and a mother. Not one. Everybody was like, I'm going to be a veterinarian when I grow up. I want to be a doctor when I grow up. What happened to the housewife and the mother? It's the biggest job there is. Come on. But anyway, that was my job as growing up, just to be a housewife and a mother. And I did go to beauty school, but I didn't do that until my son was born, and I think he was like 3, I think, when I went to beauty school and got my license. And then I went to back for an instructor's license, and I was an instructor at a beauty college for a while, and I did enjoy that. So I took a hold of my life, and I thought to myself, well, I've got to set some examples here. I can't just be a housewife and mother. And it's a good thing, because I was a divorced mother, and it came with challenges. I had 2 boys, and at the time, and they were challenging. I'm not saying that they were bad, but in my day, they were challenging, because I came from a really tough, hard, Italian, strict family, and I wanted that strictness to go to my kids, and it didn't work at that generation. I mean, back then, I think when my middle son was a teenager, most parents, both sets of parents, mother and father, both went to work, and their kids were left, running around. And then if they weren't working, they were out, bowling or something. And, there was no structure, it seems, for a while. There was a gap there for a while where kids were kind of running amok, and my son got, involved with that. He was never bad. He trust me. In my standards back then, I thought, oh no, this is not going to work. And I used to shake him and say, you're going to turn out good if it kills me. And he did. He turned out wonderful. He's a magnificent husband, a great dad to my grandson, who's now 21. And he's got a beautiful wife, who's my daughter-in-law. I couldn't have picked a homegrown a better one than her. And so he's, just because, he was rough growing up, he took charge, he took control of his life, and he turned himself around, and he was great. So if your kids are giving you a hard time, it's part of the process. That doesn't mean that they're going to grow up to be a juvenile delinquent. They're going to be kids. And what you have to remember is you have to take control of them as far as the love and attention that they need. I was a kisser and a hugger, and we used to go on walks, and I'd kiss them. We just had a big family unit together, and I think that's the most important thing, because your children are a product of their environment, and you have to take control of that environment. Whether it's your kids, whether it's your eating habits, whether, like I say, whether it's your makeup, whether it's your husband, whether it's whatever. You have to take control of your life. And I think all my books kind of just started from that process, that I had to take control of me, Barbara. I had to be the best that I could be. If I was terrible, everybody around me was going to be terrible. You know, if I'm crabby today, my husband can wake up and say, "Hey, good morning, sweetheart." I'm like, "Get away from me." You know, he'll run the other way, and then he'll get crabby. So I'm like, I have to take control of that, or you pass on your crabbiness and your negativity to other people. So it all started from just taking control of myself and my life, and writing journals, and it helped me. It just like when you have a problem, they say write it down on paper, you know, burn it in an ashtray or whatever you have to do, but get it out of your head and get it down. And it's just taking control of yourself. And so no matter what you do in life, you have to do that. You just got to reach inside. Here you have books, self-help books. You know, there's books on how to be a better wife, how to be happy in marriage, how to time manage your time around the house, how to. And so you can read everything you want, but as soon as you put it down, do you do it? Because is it in here? Is it in here? And so if you take control of yourself, you will be a better person no matter what you're looking for. No matter what. You have to like yourself and enjoy what you do. And me personally, you know, I was handed some bad times too, and I thought, okay, so am I going to get down about this? Am I going to put my head under the covers, or am I going to just get up and make light of it? And I guess I chose to just make light of things and deal with things in humor. I mean, I remember just laughing when I served my husband his divorce papers, and I was like, oh God, I should have put something else on the divorce papers, because I always called him a name. He probably wouldn't even know who it was when they served him. He'd probably go, that's not me. I can't tell you that though. Anyway, so, you know, I just chose to deal with things, like to make light of things, and that's how I took control of things. And so from that process, then it got into, you know, beauty, and how I took control of myself from a very young age with moisturizers and toners and makeups, and, you know, and dealing in the beauty industry like I was. I mean, I did makeup and we did a lot of that stuff, so I was in tune to all that stuff. So, you know, from that process, you learn to just, you know, you take control of yourself, and you do what's best for yourself. And same applies to your hair, same applies to, you know, cleaning your house. I mean, you just have to do what makes you feel good. And so that's kind of like how my books all started, and how I feel just about life. I just choose not to get down on stuff. And, you know, yeah, you can, but it's not going to do you any good. It's just going to make matters worse. So it's all about, you know, growing as a person, and not feeling bad if, you know, your kids don't do what's right or what you think, because, you know, you just have to give them space sometimes. And I remember once my son, my oldest son, he was dating a girl, and oh my God, I couldn't stand her. We've all had those. I'm sure you've had those. I mean, I couldn't stand her. And so we had this, he was like past 16, he might have been 17, and he was driving, and I was arguing with him, like, she's not good for you, she's not good for you. And he's going, she's good for me. I said, she's cheating on you. I know, just don't, you're not going with her. I refuse. And he's like, you know, well, I like her, and that's just the way it is. And he turned around, he walked out the door on me. Well, I just was crying and bawling my eyes out, and I was like, oh my God. And I called my neighbor, Bunny. Hi, Bunny. And I called her and I said, Bunny, I've been crying with my little while. So she comes running over. She was like 3 doors down, and she goes, what's the matter with you? And I said, I'm trying to tell him what to do, and he's not listening to me, and he's not taking my. She goes, Barbara. She put her arm around me, and she goes, Barbara, he's got his own personality now, and unfortunately it's not yours. And I was like what? And it was like the smallest thing she said, but you know, it stuck with me forever with raising my kids. I had to pull myself back and think, well, yeah, you know, they're not listening to me because that's not their personality. Like, their choice of girlfriends is not my choice, it's their choice. They have to know what is best for them, and it's not me. And so that was like a process that I remember her telling me that, and I tell her that to this day, how much that one line helped me, but it did. It was just all about, you know, him finding himself in me, and as a parent, allowing them to find themselves. And so it was a challenge raising kids, and especially a single mom. I did find my husband now, we've been married, it'll be 45 years next year, and he was magnificent to my boys, and we had our daughter together, and so it was, he was quite the great stepdad. So I'm blessed with that. I'm blessed with him every day of our life. We're healthy, we're happy, we do what we love, and we take control of our life. And so basically that's how my name started, and that's just the meaning behind Take Control Central is just to take control of your life. Did I say that one too many times on here? Well, here's it is again. Take control of your life if you want to be the best that you can be, no matter what it is. Whether it's diet, if you feel that you're off the wagon, take control, buy healthier foods. Some of them are expensive. You can make foods. I'm going to do some recipes for you on here too. Some of them maybe aren't the healthiest way to cook, but you know, it's all about portion control. And I told you that in the other video. It's portion control. You can eat anything you want if you do portion control. And you know, exercising, walking. That's about what I do, walking. I don't really do a lot of exercising. So with that, I'll leave you, and hopefully that you get some satisfaction and some help from taking control of you. And there it is again. And I'll talk to you soon on another video, and hope that everybody has a great day and make someone smile today. It'll make you feel great and them feel fantastic. So cheers to you guys. And I promise on my next video I'll do the eye moisturizer. I know I promised you that I would do that, and I got carried away with my granddaughter, and I wanted to tell you a little bit because people are always asking me how I got my name. So that's it. So have a great rest of your day, and sun's going down here, and but it's a beautiful day here in Michigan. So peace out, and if I didn't say it before, take control of your life. You'll feel great. Bye, everybody.